Welcome, and I wanted to speak about something because I heard, I don't know if I can call him a preacher because he's not a traditional Christian preacher. He is really, is a Hebrew Israelite, but he is not a part of a camp or a cult or anything like that. He does not cuss women. He is not aggressive. He does not use the scriptures for his benefit. He really just reads the scripture. He really breaks down the scriptures. But he said something that really resonated to me, and something that I noticed myself is a lot of Black people are really brainwashed into thinking that we are included in this nation, thinking that we are all equal in this nation, just because there may be some Caucasians struggling, that we in any way have come up from our position within this country. We, before we came to this country, we were kings and queens. We had a language that we spoke. We had our own names. And yes, I do believe we are the chosen people. I really do. I do not believe in religions. I do not subscribe to any camps of any kind. Everything was stripped away and taken away from us, but it is coming back as it was prophesied in the Bible. That's why I say you can leave religion completely alone. I understand. I left it alone. But the Bible itself, it's our word, and we are looking at it through the eyes of Caucasians, which it was never written for them. It was never for them to interpret anything. And all of these religions are in every way connected to the whore, Catholicism. But in this nation, we do not own anything. We own nothing. To this day, we don't own much of anything. And when we do get our hands on it, look what happens in case of the music industry. A lot of our talents are used to advance white people, like Justin Timberlake, Eminem. You know, they don't have that talent. A lot of Black people have the talent to sing and rap. So that's the only reason why we are in this position, because we're very entertaining for them. But these same Black people don't own their own record labels. They don't own their masters. They don't own anything. I know there's a fight to get them, but honestly, we really don't own anything. You can see what was done to Michael Jackson. You can see what was done to Prince as soon as they got their hands on their masters. Look at what happened to them. Eventually, they were taken out and it was taken away. And then you have family members who, after all the hard work of getting them, they were willing to go ahead and sell for that fake fiat money. They were, not understanding what they had. We cannot distribute our own music. We have to kiss the ass of music executives. We have to sign deals to damn near sign our life away. And they have complete control over our image, what we sing about, just stripping us down, trying to take as much Blackness away as they possibly can. And you can see how that is, even Beyonce, you can see it. It's like night and day. She was up there singing her pop song. She was singing stuff for mainstream. And as soon as she started fulfilling her contract, then she started making music that she wanted to make, which is very different from the image that the company wanted to present. But she still has to play that game to keep, the money coming in. And here, another industry, $1 billion industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. Black men who are the majority on these teams, they are the talent. We know why integration had to happen. These people saw, I mean, I'm hard pressed to call them people. I really, creature is the best word. But they saw the talent. They saw that they could make money off it, because that's what they did as far as us building a nation, as us, picking cotton, and them not being able to, can't be in that sun, dropping dead, turning to leather. But with us, the majority is black men. They want to so bad have it white, but they know they can't have a functioning team that somebody wants to see unless there are black bodies on that field. And they throw millions at these men for breaking up their bodies. Only a slither. It's only a slither of what they are worth and what they are doing on that field. There is a whole industry. There is a whole industry built on these black males' backs and their talent. Even here with the NBA, again, the majority black men, black male talent, even with the WNBA as well. Black women, black talent that has spawned this whole industry, because you have the NFL, you have the hockey league. I don't think there's a lot of black people. I'm sure it's some, but you have the NBA, you have the Major League Baseball. You see nothing but brown and black skin out there. And now they have a different way of using their leftover cargo, is actually putting their leftover cargo in prison. And yes, I am calling black people leftover cargo because that is the way they see us. They have no regard for our lives. They do not like us, period. They're basically locking up innocent people, meeting quotas, planting evidence. As we saw, 21,000 men were falsely accused, and they will be let out of prison. So you can rest assured that it's happened all across the nation. That in prison, that people are being locked up for drugs, but they don't lock up their own. They're getting them treatment. They need treatment. But they locked up our black men and women for using drugs. Like I said, this debt is going to get paid one way or another. They can do it the easy way, or they can do it the hard way. The hard way just makes it worse on them. They have a price to pay. There is a penalty for what has happened in this disgusting country. It reeks of innocent blood and terror. They are making money off of incarcerating black people and having them work. Black people to this day are still picking cotton, still picking food. They're working. Several companies are using their labor because they don't have to pay them shit. It's slavery. And like I said, the 13th Amendment says, which is bullshit, because it is just ink on paper and it does not apply to 3/5 of a human. And do not believe the pictures that are showing up here of white skinned people. Bullshit. I just needed something to play on the screen. But the majority is black people. Number one, black men. Growing second population, black women. So the 13th Amendment says that you will be put in slavery if a jury of Caucasus Mountain monsters put you there. It shows you that to this day, we may not be getting whipped, but we are getting beat and shot and our bodies left in the street. We are still getting hung. There's been plenty of reports out there of black people getting hung. Sandra Bland was one of them. It's still going on. The racism, white people calling us niggers, no justice, all of this is still going on to this day. And black people have this illusion. I don't know if it's like when a personality fracture and they could have multiple personalities to protect themselves, but it seems like that's what's going on. And it could be. I mean, you can't go through what we went through without having some type of mental issue or problem, trying to cope with these creatures. Monsters, the true definition of monsters. They put the devil to shame. The devil must enroll into the college to learn their brand of evil. Satan. But this nation is still making money off of black bodies. The reason why we were never let go, because if you see, usually when people are let go out of subjugation, they are given reparations and they are sent back to where they came from, which would be nice to go back to where we came from. But we're still here as prisoners of war, as captors, as, you know, we're still here. We weren't even given a choice. And why? And then we were given this bullshit idea of inclusion, and we're going to accept you and we're not segregated. We're still segregated. They have all of the wealth and the material and everything, and we are. I mean, nobody ever thought, why are we still here? This nation cannot survive without us. That is why. The minute every black person decides we are not going to work on your plantations anymore, we are not going to work in your prisons anymore, we refuse, they would either kill us all, because they have that mentality. If we can't benefit off you and you're going to act like this, we'll kill you all. They would either kill us all or, you know, this country would fall apart eventually, even if you kill us all. I mean, if we refuse, they try and make you work. They try and do things to make you fall in line. But if we all in unison refused, they would kill us all. And then this nation would fall in less than a year. I mean, just think about the industries. I talked about only the music industry, the NFL, the NBA, and also the prisons where they're making all this money. This creates, our subjugation is their survival. They can't survive without subjugating us. They can't. If we all separated, that's why when you hear someone, you know, you hear them say out of one side of their mouth, why don't you go back to where you came from? And then on the other side of their mouth, they say, why do you want to segregate? Why do you want to be separate? That's just creating division and racism, because deep down they hate us and they're monsters and they like to do all this stuff. But on the other hand, they know they cannot survive without us. They are a parasite. They are a leech. They would die without a host, which is us. The NFL has so many commentators, shows, everything. Their survival, they would not have jobs without us. They would not be able to be in positions of ownership or anything without us. We hold them up. We give them their livelihood. Could you imagine if everybody in the NFL said they refuse? That bitch would crash. Millions upon millions of them would lose their jobs, right down to the referees. Do you see? That black talent gave him a job. The coaches gave the coaches a job, gave the commentators a job. All those people standing out there, all those white faces on that field, all of them up in the box, those black males gave them a fucking job. Same in the NBA. Same for baseball, and the same thing for the music industry. They cannot survive. We are the heartbeat. And if we were to segregate or separate and leave, that would be it. They survive on black bodies. Their livelihood and their wealth and everything they accumulated, their system survives on black bodies. And that is something that he addressed in his sermon, is that this whole system from the inception of this country survives on black bodies. The cameraman job. They make us feel like their intelligence, their IQ, their ingenuity, that got them to the place they were. No, they set up a system to subjugate, and that is what has them at the top. Not IQ, not intelligence. Would not be in America built to what it is today to be a superpower without black people. We are the heartbeat. And like I said, we are going to go back to where we came from. We are going to be taken out of this sick, disgusting nation. They are going to lose their heartbeat. They are going to lose their heartbeat. And when that happens, it's over. And this is why things are happening the way they are, because it's over. This is Jacob's trouble, Jacob's trouble. For the next, I'll give it 2 years to I would say a year and a half to 2 years is going to ramp up really bad, because that 400 years is almost up. And you can tell by their actions. It just seems like they came out of the woodwork and they're just hostile and crazy. They're not crazy. They feel that clock ticking so fast. They don't have much time, as have come out of their mouth. They see the writing on the wall. They're done. Their time is done. They have enjoyed lavishness under their sick system, and it's done. I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think about the situation. Do you think that we have some sort of equality? Do you think that things are different? Do you think that all of the marching and the civil rights and everything, has it done anything? Or do you think that, as I do, it's just modernized itself? Drop a comment and I will see you in the next one.